what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing and believing that people are getting more real now, right? People are no longer hiding behind their brand or hiding. They realize that it's not worth it, right? It's realizing it's not worth it to sit here and act like I'm okay when I'm not. It doesn't take away from your dopeness. It doesn't take away from your amazingness when you are going through something. You're a human being. Every single person on this app goes through hard times at some point in their life, period. And so what I want to tell y'all is this. Number one, give yourself permission to be real. You weren't meant to be perfect. You were meant to be real. I'm always going to tell y'all that. I know you follow a lot of people that all they show is their best life, their best self, because they want you to believe in them more, right? It's a part of their, I'm not going to say scheme, but I'm not going to take it that far. But some people feel like I got to present perfection so people can believe in me more. I'm just the opposite. I'm going to present real. I don't need you to believe in me more. I need you to believe in God more, believe in yourself more. So I want to tell you this. Two things. Number one, when you're going through hard times, because you will, one of the ways that I protect my peace is I understand this truth for emotional health. And listen to me, because it's very important. You aren't always in control of how you feel, right? You aren't always in control of your emotions. You're not. It's just life. Sometimes emotions hit us, out the blue. Sometimes we don't feel like it. Sometimes we wake up and it's just like, man, why do I have this heaviness in our spirit? Sometimes life gets heavy for no reason, right? Sometimes you can identify the reason. Sometimes you have something in your soul that you can't even identify. Maybe it's some unhealed trauma in your life, and it's just making life heavy. So one of the things that I've realized, and you heard me talk about this before, I always say what you focus on is what you will feel. And I'll put it in this way for emotional health. You aren't in control of your emotions, but you are in control of your attention, okay? Of your attention. What you give your attention to. See, a lot of us, when we feel a certain type of way, we give our attention to that negative feeling. It's kind of like this, if I could put it into common sense terms. If you can, God, I swept this dude's car, man. You need to change that, bro. I'll put it in common sense terms with this. Like, if you keep focusing on the direction that you're going, more than likely, you're going to keep going in that direction, right? So if you want to be able to change how you feel, one of the foundational principles for emotional health is simply changing your focus, right? AKA, where is your attention? Is your attention on, man, my life is not going to get better? Is your attention on, man, life is unfavorable? Is your attention on all the uncertainty? I realize this in life. Like, we're probably going through the most times of uncertainty. So many people are in my inbox saying, Trent, I'm uncertain of this. I'm not sure how I'm going to get bills paid. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I'm telling you right now, you got to trust God when you don't understand, period. That's what faith is. Being able to trust God in the uncertainty to bring certainty to your soul. The certainty comes from not my circumstances getting better, not from my own strength. My certainty comes from I know God got me. So I trust that. I trust the process in that. I trust the promise. So my attention is always changing. When I feel a certain type of way, I'm going to shift my attention to something that helps my life. Something that your faith has to change. Some of us were trying to operate and being legendary when we're living in panic. When you live in panic, there's no way you can live your best life. So in these times of uncertainty that you're going through, you can find certainty in God. You can find certainty in His Word. You can find certainty in His promise. Don't lean on your own understanding. Some of us, when we're feeling a certain type of way, our attention goes to our own understanding. We're trying to understand why we're feeling like this. I feel sad, and your attention goes to that, and it stays there. And now you find all the reasons, and you start stacking your sadness. You start stacking your anxiety. You start stacking your stress. And you start thinking about, you go down the rabbit hole thinking of all the things that are going wrong in your life. And it's true, right? I'm not saying that those things aren't true, but it's true. And you accept it as your truth instead of saying, you know what? And I know it's easier said than done, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. So don't use that as an excuse. But instead of saying, you know what? Or I'm going to just keep focusing on sadness? Nah. I'm feeling sad right now. Where can I bring my attention to, my focus to, that can help me feel better? Can I go to my kids? Can I go have a conversation with my friend? Who can I lean on? Can I lean on God? Can I lean on a friend? Can I go move my body? And I'm a human being that deals with a lot. I have a heavy life. I carry a lot of responsibility for people. I deal with a lot. But how I get through this for the last 15 years of being who I am to this world is I always try to control my focus. When my mama died, I tried to control my focus. It was hard. When I went through my horrific injury with my foot, I tried to control my focus. And sometimes I lost that battle because I'm a human. But that's how I was able to bounce back, you know what I mean, in this life. So I wanted to share that with y'all, man. Not that you need it. I'm sure a lot of you are already amazing and great at that. But I just want to say that because more than ever in my inbox, I'm getting so many people like, man, Trent, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. This is going on. This is happening. And I feel it. Like, we live in a world where things are going to go wrong. Things aren't going to go the way that you want them to go. But don't let that paralyze you in your pain. Don't let that cause you to stay stuck in your stress. Right? You got to be like, life is hard. Yes, life is hard, but also, too, we make life hard. End of the day, life is hard as you make it. I'm going to just keep it real. And I know sometimes we go through harder seasons, for sure. And I'm not oblivious to that. Like, I've been through a lot of rough times in my life, but what's the alternative? Saying life is hard and staying in your heart? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that are hard, that we still do it. Waking up and going to a job every single day is hard, but you get up and do it because you know your life depends on it. And so we got to take that same energy and working on our emotional health. Some of us, can I be real with y'all today? Some of us, we don't pay no attention to that. We don't pray. We don't meditate. We don't watch what we put in our body. We don't get checkups from the doctor. Some of you are feeling stressed out because your hormones are off. I'm going to just say that. Right? It ain't even like it's a real thing, but you are off chemically. But now I ain't going to the doctor. I ain't getting no checkups. Now I ain't working. I ain't moving my body. Now I'm going to eat whatever I want to eat. Those things matter. Some of you are stressed out because you're dehydrated. And I'm not saying that's the truth for everybody, but those little things can change how you feel. And how you feel, even though how you feel isn't always real, but if I can shift my mood and I can start seeing, look, I'll give you this perfect example, right? I've used this example a lot of times. For the majority of us, the experience of life doesn't change from day to day. It don't. We go through the same stuff, as they say, same, different day. We go through the same stuff every single day, for the most part. What changes is the meaning you give to the experience of your day. That's the thing that changes. When you're having a good day, it's because you develop a meaning. Maybe it was something that happened, a situation that happened in your life. Maybe somebody called you that you missed. I don't know. Maybe you post something on Instagram that went viral and you feel good about yourself. I don't know. But now you determine it's a good day based upon things that you can't even control often. Can we get deep? I'm almost on, so I got 5 more minutes. But a lot of us, what we do is we determine what a good day is based upon things that usually we can't control. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're allowing the things outside of your life to control how you feel about yourself and how you feel about your life, you're going to live a very inconsistent life emotionally. I promise you. A very inconsistent life emotionally. I promise you that. You got to get to the point where you stay neutral in your life. No matter what's going on, I learned this in sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, I'm going to still stay loyal to my standards. I'm going to still stay loyal to how I show up. No matter what the scoreboard says. Because the scoreboard can lie. The scoreboard can say that you're winning in life when you really ain't. The scoreboard can say you're losing in life when you really ain't. It's all about perspective and meaning you give to that situation. And so for a lot of us, what we have to do is stop determining what's bad and what's good. And say, you know what? I have another day of life. It's a good day. And I know some people, oh, Trent, that's super optimistic, right? That's toxic positivity, Trent. I'm not telling you to run from your reality. Face it. Y'all know that. That's part of the rehab process. You'll never win your war by running from your battles. But what I'm telling you is that you got to come up with better standards and better definitions and meanings on what you define a good day. My kid's healthy, that's a good day. Let your kids not be healthy and you have the best day of your life outside of that, right? You ain't going to care about those things. You can get a raise, you ain't going to care about it. You can have people giving you you ain't gonna care about it, because there's certain things in your life that you really care about, but you take for granted every single day. So a good day to me is being able to have the ability and the opportunity to live this life. And it's hard sometimes to believe that. I get it. But I remind myself of that. A good day is being able to walk. I couldn't walk for almost 2 years. So I realized the importance of that. A good day is being able to hug my kids. I almost lost my daughter a few years ago. I realized the importance of that. Some of y'all got your mama in your life. A good day is being able to call your mama. I can't do that. Right? I got my father in my life. A good day is me spending time with my father on Mother's Day. That's a good day. But a lot of us think a good day is all these things outside of me gotta go right. And I do believe we create the energy in our life. I do believe we create the soul momentum. I believe in momentum. I believe in that. As an athlete, I definitely believe in that in sports. And so I believe you can create the energy that you need and stop allowing the outside world to affect the energy of you. And that's the problem. A lot of us, our energy is dictated not by our intentions, but our energy is dictated by outside things we can't control, right? That's why I always say, protect your peace. That's what that means. It's I'm not going to allow outside things to control how I feel about myself. I'm not. No matter what people say in the chat, no matter what people say about me, talk about me, no matter what happens in my life. I just had a headache with my pool. I realized I got to spend a lot of money fixing my pool. First world problems. I have a pool to fix. That's what I told myself. At least you got a pool to fix and got money to fix it. There was a headache that popped up that tried to make my day bad. And I was like, well, let's just fix it and move on. Right? I don't stay stuck in life. I try not to, because the times that I stayed stuck and felt sorry for myself, I gained weight. I got out of shape. I didn't make any progress. I felt terrible about life. Nothing changed. And life just kept moving on. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to feel sorry for myself, because ain't nobody going to feel sorry for me. The bills keep coming in, right? Life keep moving. I got people to still take care of. So I want to tell y'all that today. Okay? I want to tell y'all that today. Like, think about that with protect your peace. And I know it's hard, but you can't let that be an excuse. Trent, it's hard. Well, guess what? Guess what else is hard? Accepting the same stuff over and over is hard too. Living in the same emotional health that sucks is hard too, right? As they say, choose your heart. But life becomes easier when you start to realize, oh, it's about perspective and it's about meaning. If I can give y'all anything, when I leave this earth, I hope my kids know this. If I can give anybody anything and live in a legendary life, it's all about perspective and meaning. Those are my two things that I always tell people. Your perspective dictates how you see the world. How you see the world controls how you feel about yourself. Meaning. You're in control of the meanings. Everything I'm telling you is things you're in control of. You're in control of what is this going to mean. Right? Some people might be listening to this and say, oh man, Trent, this means like my life ain't going to change. I hear you, but blah, blah, blah. And you justify reasons why you can't change your life or better your life. Cool. That's what it means to you. But somebody, probably one of you, not all of you, because I know how this works. So one of you is probably like, you know what? This means that I'm going to change my life. This means that I'm going to take responsibility over my emotional health. Right? This means that I'm going to do these things. That's what it means. And so you have a choice in these moments to determine. I believe life is about perspective and meaning. That's it. That's simply it. And it's about taking control over what you can control. Can I be real with y'all as I leave here today? Some of us don't control what we can control, and we complain about what we can't control. Let me make this in logical terms and common sense for you. Right? This morning, I'm not trying to toot my horn, you know what I mean, and be like, oh, look at me. But this morning, I got up early. Me and my son, 2 days a week, we go to his high school and we go train, getting ready for high school. He's in middle school, and we go train in the morning. Right? That's a decision that I made to get up. That's in my control. I can control getting my butt out the bed, even though it's 5 a.m. in the morning and I'm not a morning person. I can control that. Right? What I can't control is on my way there, if there's an accident, I can't control that. I can't control picking up my phone and somebody sending me a text message. I can't control somebody sending me an email. I can't control picking up my social media and somebody sending me a message and might say, Trent, I hate you. I can't control those things, right? And a lot of us, we live in what we can't control, and we allow that to control us. instead of living in what we can control and allow that to dictate the world that we see. So a lot of us, and I know this, I've been doing this for 15 years, most people's problems is tied to something externally. It's how somebody feels about me, what this person did. This life isn't fair. It's all these outside things. And I always ask them, I say, okay, well, are you taking care of the things you can control? Your health, right? Your boundaries. Are you taking care of those things? Nah, I'm not. So how are you expecting, you tell people how to treat you about what you expect. How are you expecting the outside world of you to change when you're not taking the responsibility to change your inner self? There's a guy that told y'all since day one, it all starts with you. You know why I told y'all that? Because it does. It all starts with you. It starts with the man, the woman in the mirror. Michael Jackson said it best. It starts with you. And when you take full responsibility and stop complaining about things that you can't change or control. Some of you are complaining about your finances right now. I get it. I've been there where I had $200 in my bank account. But instead of complaining about it, I said, okay, well, what can I do about it? Well, damn, I'm spending a lot of money impressing people. I'm spending a lot of money at the clubs. I'm spending a lot of money buying stuff I don't need. Well, let me take care of that. It might not change my financial situation in the whole, but let me get more discipline in my finances and let me let go of ego. Hey, Trent, bro, you got to go work at 24 Hour Fitness. Hey, bro, you got to go train these kids. But I'm an NFL player. Like, nah, bro, you got a kid to take care of. So I let go of my ego and I did what I had to do. And I did what I had to do for so long till it got to a point where I could do what I want to do. And see, some of us want to do what we want to do right now, and we never do what we have to do because we allow ego to control our life. And I like to say there's a part of ego to me that's positive, right? Believing in yourself and having a certain aura about you, right? But there's a negative ego that's keeping you in place because you're trying to impress people. I say this all the time. If you want to stay emotionally bankrupt, stay in the business of impressing people. If you want to stay financially struggling, stay in the business of impressing people. My finances changed, my emotional health changed when I stopped giving a damn about impressing people and what they thought. That's facts. Right? Now I know God will do a lot for you, but I believe God wants to see you step out the boat too. And I know some people might disagree with me on this, but I'm being real. I always said this, and I can be wrong, and I could be wrong. I don't know all the answers to life, but I realized this from my life. I said, why is God going to bless me with $1 million when I can't even handle $1,000? Why is God going to bless me with more when I'm complaining about what I have now? If you want to open your life to abundance, start finding appreciation for what you have. I promise you, if you want to open your life to abundance, be thankful for what you have, because most of us are ungrateful. I'm going to say most of us. Everybody on here is grateful. But people outside this live, ungrateful. You're ungrateful for everything that you got. You complain about everything. And to me, I'm not going to say if I'm God, right? But to me, in my mind, God is like, why should I bless you with more when you can't even be grateful for what I gave you? And so when I learned to appreciate everything that I have, it changed my life. It opened my life up to abundance, an abundance of peace, an abundance of joy. And when I'm being ungrateful, because I'm a human, I get in modes like that, I realize like, man, I'm being ungrateful about all these blessings that I'm becoming blind to because I'm focusing on something that I can't even control. It starts there. You can control what you focus on. Some of us, we have a spirit of complaint so much that we don't realize how many blessings we have right in front of our face. And most of us ain't going to realize the blessing until we lose it. And then we're going to live a life of regret thinking like, dang, I wish I would have spent more time with this person. I wish I would have appreciated this person. That's how life works for most people. I made up my mind a long time ago. I'm going to appreciate the blessings that are in my life. I'm going to cherish those blessings because I know that it's been a gift to my life to have these things in my life. So look around your life. That changes, again, your perspective. That changes the meaning to your life. Every day I wake up, I say, I'm blessed. Thank you, God. I'm blessed. I was saying that when I had $200 to my name. I'm blessed. I was saying that when I was trying to figure out how I'm going to take care of a newborn baby. When I ain't even got no job. I just got fired from the NFL. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And I kept speaking life into my life. See, some of us, man, y'all got me standing here for a long time. I got to go. Some of us, we claiming the wrong things, man. We claiming depression. We claiming pain. Claim your best life. Claim it. That opens you up to abundance. When I say abundance, I'm not just talking about money. That's the last thing I'm talking about. I'm talking about the abundant life of peace, of joy. Because that's what I want you to have. Because I know some people that are financially free that ain't free. I want you to make all the money you want in the world, but I want you to enjoy it. I want you to bless more people. I want you to be a giver. I want you to make money and money doesn't make you. I want you to have finances so you can do certain things and bless certain people because that's the heart that you have. But if you're thinking that's going to make you everything better, nah. It's just going to be more problems to your life. I'm telling you, from a person that knows that. If you're not emotionally well, when you get financially set, you're still not going to have peace in your life. You're not. So as we leave here today, I just want to challenge everybody on this live. Everybody on this live to just think about, man, like, what can I control? Just ask yourself these questions. What's in my control? Where's my perspective at? What meanings am I giving to life? Right? Where's my attention at? Where's my focus at? And start there. Because that's in your control. You know, I know a lot of people will tell you, like, if you do these 10 things, you're going to live a blah, blah, blah. Like, and maybe some of those things work, right? You're going to be successful. You do these 10 things. I don't say stuff like that because I feel like everybody's life is different. We're all individuals. So I can't tell you necessarily like how to be successful. I mean, my definition of success is different anyway. I could give you that recipe. But I know a lot of times we just think like, oh, I just need a step process. Can I tell y'all this? For most of us in here, your next level of life is not anything that you need to obtain outside of you. I promise you. It's not, and I'm saying this as an author. I'm saying this as a podcast host. I'm saying this as a content creator for the last 15 years. For some of you, it ain't about the next video. It ain't about the next book that you read. It's not about the next podcast you listen to, the next conference you go to. And I have all those things in place. It's not about that. For some of you, it is. Maybe you get a breakthrough there, meet somebody. But for you guys that are dependent on, oh, it's the next thing that I'm missing. The likelihood of that is not true. The next thing, the thing that you're missing is not an external thing. It's not something that you go obtain. It's something that you already have that you're failing to discover inside of you. For most of you, your next level is not upward, it's inward. It's diving deep within yourself, especially if you're 30 plus years old. You know what I mean? You got the tools to life. Or you've been around this world. I mean, you've been around in this world long enough. And for some of us, we hold on to the reasoning of, it's because I haven't met that person. It's because I don't have the opportunity. It's because I haven't got this and I haven't got that. And maybe that's true. But I think for the majority of you, that's not the case. It's not about meeting the next person or this or that. Yeah, those things can help for sure. But for the majority of you, it's really just diving in deeper in yourself and really understanding what you're capable of and really embracing the things you can control and taking care of your emotional health. That's what it's about. And coming from a person that has done this for a long time, you know, go check the track record. I've been doing this for before it was popular, right? And the thing that changed my life was nothing really outside of me. It was me understanding my self-worth. That's why I teach self-worth so much. People talk about all these other things. Without self-worth, those things aren't possible. Right? I can sit here and tell you how to make $1 million, but you're never going to believe it if you don't believe that you're capable of making $1 million. I can tell you how to get 1 million followers, but you're never going to believe it if you don't believe that's for you, if you don't believe that you're capable of anything. That's why it starts foundationally with self-worth. Self-worth is the foundation for your life. And all self-worth is how you feel about yourself. It's the belief of self and how you feel about yourself and understanding how God created you unique and really loving that and loving who you are. And setting some principles and values and standards of your life. That's what self-worth is. And a lot of us, our self-worth is low. It's low. So, I just want to give y'all this message today. I appreciate y'all. I know I don't go live a lot anymore. Because I am focusing on a lot of things offline and building a lot. But, and working on myself a lot. Like, I can't always be giving if I'm not working on myself. So I'm in a season in the era of working on me, you know what I mean? And really giving me what I need, taking care of my health, getting back to where I want to be in my life. So you might not see me as much in this season. Who knows? You might, depends how I feel. But I'm not going to be a slave to anybody's request, by the way, neither. Like, that's just not me. Some of us, we such a slave to people's requests. Like, y'all know how it will protect your peace. Like, outside of purpose and outside of family, my friends, like, I don't feel a need to be a slave to people's requests. Like, outside, before 12 p.m., you already know, if you read my book, I'm unavailable to the world except my world. You guys are my world, my family's my world, and myself is my world. And I don't feel any type of ways about it. Some of you are too available. And I'm just telling you this, you're too available. You have the needs, you have the want to be needed so much, and you're too available. And your value is being available to everybody. I'm not telling you to be closed-hearted, closed-minded. I'm not telling you to be standoffish. But I am telling you to make sure you're giving to yourself before you give to anybody else. As we all know, you can't pour from an empty cup. So how are you taking care of you? And I think some of us, we've been taking care of everybody else so long, we don't know how to even take care of ourselves at all. We don't know how to take care of ourselves. We don't know how to even, we don't even know who we are. You know what I mean? We don't even know, like, we're strangers to ourselves. You know what I mean? Can I be real with y'all? Like, for some of us in here, we are literally strangers to ourselves. Like, we don't trust ourselves because we don't know ourselves. We don't. Like, we don't know who we are. We don't spend time. Most people that I've realized in coaching people for a long time is that a lot of people are afraid to spend time with themselves. A lot of people are afraid to embrace, and really spend time with who they are. They run from themselves, so they stay busy, right? As if busy is some goal. Like, I'm going to be real with y'all. Like, I want to be productive, but I ain't trying to be busy. I'm the guy that's going to tell you, like, all that hard work talk, like, work hard, work hard, work hard. Yeah, I get that to an extent. Like, I understand the point of hard work, but for me, I don't want to work harder than I have to, right? I want to make my work harder for me, right? I want to be able to create processes and systems where I don't have to work so hard in a sense that I'm always gone from my family because I understand what matters. I talk about this too, with being mentally tough. I'm going to tell y'all right now, and you can quote me on this. I know a lot of people online be telling y'all their version of life, and everybody has their version of life. And I agree with a lot of things, right? But y'all got to be careful with adopting somebody else's version of life. Like, don't let people tell you that you're weak because you don't do this or that. And I'm going to tell y'all this. As a person that trains incredibly hard, as a person that run miles, a person that does cold plunges, a person that just worked out this morning, like, that don't mean I'm mentally tough. I want to just tell y'all that because I know people who train hard, these entrepreneurs online that say, I'm all the things, and they be mentally weak in their personal life. You know what I mean? They don't really be built like that. They be built like that online, but in real life, they ain't built like that. And I'm not saying that that's not a part of being mentally tough. Mentally tough is a holistic approach to life. It's not just about working out. It's not just about this area and that area. Some of you are mentally tough more than most people that I know because you haven't gave up in the face of adversity, right? In the face of hard times, struggling, you're still being a father you're still being the father your family needs, the mother your family needs, right? In the midst of adversity. That's the most mentally tough people in the world. So don't get it twisted. Just because you ain't running 20,000 miles a day, just because you ain't, reading 30 books, just because you ain't doing this or that, means that you ain't mentally tough. You know what I mean? Mentally tough to me is a lifestyle. It's an approach of a holistic way of living. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people online. I'm gonna just say this. A lot of people online that they be one-dimensional heroes, right? They be heroes to the world, but to their world, family, they zeros. You know what I mean? And I don't respect that. There's nothing tough. There's nothing respectable about that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When I walk into my house, I'm a hero, right? My kids, they know I'm a hero when I walk into this house. I ain't a perfect guy, but I'm a hero. They know that. You know what I mean? And I've always brought that approach to life. That's what matters. All this other stuff don't matter. It don't. What matters is the legacy you leave to the people that really need you and care about you. You know what I mean? That's what matters. And so don't think that you're less because you don't look like them. You ain't doing what they doing. Everybody is giving their opinion on life. And I'm going to tell y'all that. Nobody has life figured out. Nobody. Not even me. Everybody's giving you their opinion and perspective on life. That's why you got to be able to be smart and use discernment. Take what you need, leave what you don't. There's some things I tell y'all that you might not need. And I'm okay with saying, Trent, no, that ain't for me. Cool. I'm not the guru. I'm not the expert of life. I ain't God. And some of these people online be acting like they God, like they got all the life figured out. They don't. It's certain things they might have figured out for sure, but everything ain't for everybody. So I refuse to come on here and just tell you like, this is the way you do it. And that's ego talking, right? People need that to feel more about themselves. I don't need that. I'm just going to give y'all some information that you might need, you might try out, but at the end of the day, you got to figure out what's best for you. Because in my journey, I can't tell you how many people told me, Trent, you shouldn't do it that way. Trent, you shouldn't talk like this. You shouldn't do this. And I literally, I'm going to say this because it's probably facts. As far as being an online influencer, motivator, whatever you want to call me, speaker, like I'm one of the first ones that allowed social media to make a career for me by doing this. Right? And I have people tell me, hey man, you shouldn't do lives like that. You should get a nice camera and record videos like that. Now look at the world. And I started this in 2009. You can go back and see my red wall long hair videos. And so like, you got to realize that there's certain ways that you might be called to do something, that you might be called to trailblaze something, that you might be called to reinvent something, but you never go do it because you're allowing him, them, her to tell you how you should be doing something. You got to trust that discernment in your soul to say, you know what? This is how I'm going to live my life. This is what I feel is right. This is what I feel like is best for my life and my family. This is what I feel is best for me and mine. And I'm going to live life like this. We live in a world where everybody wants to put them on you, right? They want to say, oh, you're not doing it right because you're not doing what I'm doing. And a lot of us, we fall victim to that. We live in that comparison trap. So I want to just say that to y'all, man. Like, again, I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong, but I just feel like we live in a society and with social media that we live in a follow the leader, right? It's like they're doing it like this. This is the way you do it. Oh, I'm supposed to do it like them, right? I'm mentally tough because I'm going out here and I'm, running a marathon, and I've ran marathons, and I do all those things. But I'm telling you, or I'm sitting in the river in a cold plunge, right? Those things are dope, and those things can help you mentally for sure. Absolutely. It can build toughness mentally for you for sure. I do all of those things and been doing it. I'm an athlete. But, or some people say, I work all day long. I said, that ain't an accomplishment. If somebody tell me somebody asked me the other day, how many hours a day you work? I said 4. And I felt no ways about it. I'm not trying to work 20-hour days, bro. That is a recipe for stress. That's a recipe for no rest. That's a recipe, you look like you got bags under your eyes. I'm trying to enjoy my life. And some people might not agree with that. I'm okay. But I'm not the guy that wants to sit here and overly work because I want to look like I'm a beast to this world. I don't give a damn about what this world thinks about me. I care about what my world thinks about me. I want to be a present father. That's, to me, legacy. That's being mentally tough. Being a present father, right? That's what it means as a dad. And it's a lot of people in this world that don't be doing that. They don't be doing that. And nobody calls them out on that stuff, bro. But I will. Because if you brought something to this world, you should be present. You know what I mean? I work hard just so I can have time. You know what success means to me? And I promise you I'm off after this. Y'all got me going in. You know what success means to me? Being able to drop my kid off at school. Being able to go to my kid's football practice. Being able to be present at going to lunch with my daughter. Like having that time, right? Time to me is success. Could I make more money? Absolutely. Can I do this? Absolutely I could. But at the sacrifice of what? Right? Being the man to y'all, but my kids say, Daddy ain't never home. Daddy ain't never here. Having no relationship? Nah. I'm not going to live in regret. I don't care about being whoever to y'all. I don't. I really don't. As long as I'm a person that helps your life, that's all I care about. Right? I don't care about being on no top list. I don't care about being on no top motivational speaker list. I don't care about being on top financial list. I don't give a damn about none of that. Because that don't make me. I'm not living my life for no list. Right? I've been dope since I've been born. So I don't need nobody else to justify that, just like you. You've been dope since you were born. I don't need those things. That's why you never hear me talk about those things. I could care less about somebody's opinion of me. I don't. What I care about is being the man to the people that need me to be the man too. That's what it matters, man. That's the message I want to give y'all, because I see a lot of these entrepreneurs be talking all that shit. Dang, here I go. Excuse me, God. I see a lot of entrepreneurs, and I'm going to just say entrepreneurs because that's the community I see a lot, right? They be talking all that stuff on, I'll be like, that's cap. And a lot of people be faking it. A lot of people really ain't built like that. They really ain't got that. They be lying, man. It's so much smoke and mirrors, and not even just in entrepreneurs, just in general, social media. It's so much smoke and mirrors, bro. And what happens behind the scenes, I deal with a lot of people behind the scenes, they hurt because they sitting there losing themselves trying to impress y'all. They going broke trying to make y'all think that they really got it like that. And there's too many people out in this world that's doing that, right? Providing y'all perfection. Y'all look at their life. Oh my gosh, your life is perfect. I want that life. And you don't even realize their life is worse than y'all's. And there's certain people out there that really do it and have it figured out, that that are at the top and they had everything figured out in a good way. And there's people out there, and I salute those people, because that's the way I want to be, right? I want to be a holistic success. I don't want to be a one-dimensional hero. But again, there's a lot of people on this app will sit here and show y'all perfection, y'all fall for it. Will buy followers and y'all fall for it. Will buy views, y'all fall for it. Will lie about numbers and y'all fall for it. Will buy their way onto bestseller lists and y'all fall for it. This is going to get me, I'm going to get canceled after this. Right? Y'all fall for that stuff. And behind closed doors, they be suffering. Depressed, sad, miserable. Now, I ain't going to get too deep, but I done had people take their life because of that. That's why I don't play around with that stuff. And that's why I get passionate about it. Sitting here trying to impress the internet. The internet don't give a damn about you. When y'all going to realize that? You know what I mean? When y'all going to realize that? When y'all going, like, the internet don't care about you. It don't. I'm living proof. You are good. You are, for the majority of the people that even follow you, and I know y'all might feel a certain type of way about this. I love y'all, but I realize what's true. You are only good as to what you can give them. Once you stop being able to give them what they need, they don't care about you. It's life. I played sports. Sports taught me that one-on-one. One day I'm the best player on the field. The next day, if I do a mistake, I hate Trent. He's sorry. Cut him. So you got to realize that, man. And a lot of us, we're being controlled by that, trying to impress people that really don't care about you like that. They might care about what you can do for them. They might care about what surrounds your life. But once you stop giving somebody what they need from you, you ain't going to hear from them. Man, you ain't going to hear from them. Y'all got me going back to 2012 Trent right now. But for real though, some people are attracted to what surrounds your life. That's it. That's it. I've had people come to my house, you know, say all the things just to position themselves to take stuff from me. And once I stopped realizing that they was full of crap and stopped giving them what they wanted, all that other stuff went out the window. Right? You my brother, I really care about you. and then you stop providing them what they really care about, and you see what's real. You know what I mean? So you got to realize that. Don't lose yourself for this stuff, man. Because it's very easy to get lost in the sauce. Very easy to lose yourself. And a lot of people online won't talk about that. That's why a lot of people don't, well, I'm not going to say a lot of people. People bring me to their stage. But some people don't bring me to their stage because they know I'm going to talk that real. They know when Trent Shelton come on stage, it's a whole different vibe. Right? I ain't trying to sell you no dreams. I ain't trying to just get your morale up about some things. I'm going to tell you that real. And people know that. Everybody know that. Right? When I come to that stage, I'm going to speak that real. I'm going to talk what's really going on. I'm going to teach you how to be successful, and I'm going to teach you how not to lose yourself in the quest of success. I'm going to talk about the things that most people will not talk about. Because I'm not trying to impress you. I am trying to help transform your life and give you some real keys to life. I can talk all about that money stuff and success stuff, probably better than most people. My career has been very long, but I just realized, like, I don't want you to chase something and lose yourself. And I don't see enough people talking about that. I don't. And to me, it's crazy because we live in an epidemic of mental health. People are suffering more than ever, especially men, killing themselves. You know why? Because we got to act all tough and be hard. Man, the hardest thing that you can do is admit that you got some struggles. That's the hardest thing that you can do. It don't make you weak. That makes you strong. You know, a lot of these companies, and I'm going to just say it, y'all got me on one today. I didn't work out. Maybe it's my pre-workout bringing me this. But a lot of companies, I'm going to just tell you right now, too. You know, I go speak to companies, but I'll get these when they vet me, and I respect everybody's stage, right? So I'm never going to be like, hey, I'm never going to like disrespect the stage. But these companies will they'll want to bring me in. They'll just, hey, Trent, can you just talk about just the success part? Like, can you like kind of leave out the mental health stuff? And I said, hell no, go get somebody else. And people might call me crazy because you see my speaking for you, I'm like, Trent, you should fake it. Like, bro, for that price? Nah. There's so many things that I turned down because I wouldn't conform. Because what's crazy to me is this, and I promise you I'm leaving after this. What's crazy to me is this, is that people that have companies, and I'm just going to speak companies that I speak at, Fortune 500 companies, teams, whatever. I'm always going to speak to the human in that audience. It's not just going to be about the employee in that audience. It's not just going to be about the player on that team. I'm going to speak to the human that's inside, because I know that's the person that needs the most healing. And what's starting to happen now, because I'm having conversations with people, they're starting to realize that if you want a better employee, create a better human. If you want a better employee, heal the human. If you want a better football, basketball player, right? You want a better athlete, heal the human. And everybody has their position in what they talk about. And I'm not saying everybody got to talk about this. But as far as for me, that's what I care about. Because I had a friend commit suicide because of sports. Had plenty of teammates, people that I knew, no longer here because they lost the sport. I know people in this personal development world that's no longer here because they couldn't deal with certain things going on internally. I came in this space on a different approach. It means different to me. I didn't come in this space like, oh, I can be a public speaker and I can get rich. Oh, okay, cool. I can be this and people can love me. Like, oh, okay, this is not it became a business for me, but I didn't come in this on no business. It's all purpose for me before business anyway. I'm purpose-minded before I'm business-minded. I know that sounds crazy, but I am. I didn't come into this space trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm the #1 speaker in the world. Like, I didn't come in that for this. I came into this space to help people with their self-worth, to let people know just because you're going through things don't mean you can't get through things. That's why it's different for me. So when I step on the stage, it probably feels different when I speak. It's probably different than most speakers. I get it. And I'm not trying to compare myself. You probably like, dang, I just feel something different. I get that all the time. You know why? Because it's different for me. I'm not on stage trying to impress you and being the best keynote speaker. I could do that easily, creatively and talent-wise. When I'm coming on stage to impact the human inside of you, to help you transform, because I want to talk to you. That's the harder part. It's easy to get on there and talk about motivation. It's easy for me to give you a 5-step process, talk about things everybody talk about that you can read in a book. But it's hard to feel the energy in somebody's soul and room and be able to go to the depths of that to be able to help that person. So that's what I do that's different. But sometimes it's too real. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's too real. And I'm not trying to compare myself or say my thing is right or this or theirs is wrong. Everybody's position and everybody's expertise is needed. But I just wish more people understood this truth. If you help heal somebody's self-worth, it changes everything. It changes everything. It helps them make more money. It helps them be a better athlete, better employee, better entrepreneur, better business, better mom, better dad, better everything. When you feel better about yourself, you will start to do better with your life. So please, if you're in a position that you have a team, company, whatever it is, please preach more mental health, mental wealth, emotional health, and self-worth. Because again, you can get all the things and still kill yourself. That's why we see in the headlines very often, celebrity, millionaire, billionaire found dead in a mansion. Dang, why they kill themselves? They had everything. They had the American dream. Oh, the American dream is only half of what it seems. Oh, that's why the people high up got the lowest self-esteem, smiling for the camera, just die behind the scenes. Oh, it's not worth it, but we still pretend to be perfect, right? We say we found ourselves, but we're still searching. We say we know our worth, but still act worthless, right? Don't let social media lie to you. You don't have to be perfect to live in purpose. And that's what I want to show y'all, man. You ain't got to be perfect to live in freaking purpose, bro. Don't let social media lie to you. They capping. And if I'm you, if I'm following a person, all I see is perfection. That's it. All I see is them acting like they got it together all the time. Just my personal opinion, I don't want to follow them no more. Because they ain't no human. I ain't saying you got to talk about your struggles. I ain't saying, but if you don't have any problems, then either you are an alien or you lying. You know what I mean? If you don't go through anything, y'all see me go through depression the last 2 years. And y'all still see me do some legendary stuff. Y'all see me go through grief. And y'all still see me operating greatness. You can do both. And that's what I want to show y'all. Because I don't want you to get alone and be like, well, it must be something wrong with me because I'm feeling like this. Trent doesn't feel like this. Like, Trent is always, like, perfect. And he's always doing his morning routine. And he never has days where he takes off. And he's working and he's so consistent in everything. He doesn't have problems, right? He doesn't argue with his wife at all, right? He's the perfect parent. Gosh, I want to be it must be something wrong with me. Nah, bro. Nah, I can't set y'all up for failure like that. At least not me. And it probably hurts my brand, I'm sure, a little bit, because I don't seem as an expert like a lot of these people. But that's not my goal. That's not my purpose. My purpose is to let you know that you can get through everything you're going through. That's what I want for y'all. You know what I mean? So yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm sorry for, I'm not sorry. But, what's the word I can say? If you took this as like, some people in my inbox, Trent, are you okay? I'm perfectly fine. I'm just really passionate about this stuff, man. Like, as an OG in this, whatever you want to call it, people call it personal development, people call it, I don't know, whatever title you want to give it. Like, I'm an OG in this, man. And I'm just really passionate about, like, what really helps people, you know? And I know what really helps people. People need to see an example of a human. That's what they need. Yeah, I'm not sorry. Yeah, I'm not going to say I'm sorry. If you took something wrong, then that wasn't my intention. But I'm not sorry for this passion. This is who I am.